Hello everyone, this is Sukruti Joshi from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology, Ahmedabad. I'm going to take the video lecture series on chemistry. The subject code for chemistry is 3110001. In our previous session of this particular subject, we have started our chapter number 2. Chapter number 2 is water technology. So, in this particular session, we will take a detailed look on the impurities of the water. As in our previous session, we have seen that which are the sources of water. That means we have seen surface water, underground water, as well as which are the examples of surface water and underground water, like river water, rain water, lake water. Then we have take a look at pond water, etc. Likewise, we have sea water, spring and well water, etc. And we have also seen the properties of such kind of sources of the waters. Now, in this particular session, we will take a look on the impurities of the water. Impurities means the contamination, the adulteration, which changes the actual property of the water. Say for an example, water's pH should be neutral, but because of the addition of certain chemical pollutant like HCl or H2SO4, its pH can be converted into slightly acidic side. In this manner, its property has been changed. So here we have to take a look at its color. We have to take a look at whether its chemical properties are changed, whether because of certain bacteria is it get contaminated or adulterated or so. Here we have three different types of impurities present. Number 1 is physical impurities. Number 2 is chemical impurities. And number 3 is biological impurities. So based upon the sources, based upon the type, based upon the material which actually contaminates our water, we have classified impurities of the water on these three types. Let's observe them one by one. The first one for us is physical impurities. Physical impurities includes color, turbidity and its taste. Right? Now, if you can see here, we have first one, which is color. So color in the water is usually caused by certain metallic substances like salts of iron, salts of chromium, salts of copper. This colorizes the water like brown, green, slightly yellowish or orange color. In this manner, it changes the actual characteristic of the water. Likewise, second one or second impurity is turbidity. So what is the meaning of turbidity? Turbidity expresses the optical properties of the water. That means which scatters the light rather than to transmit in straight lines. How it is possible? So when certain suspended particles or dust, likewise these particles when present in the water, at that time what happens? They scatters the light rather than transmission of the light. This is known as turbidity. So the pure water should not contain such kind of suspended particles. Now, next is taste. Water actually doesn't have any taste or smell, but bitter taste can be possible due to the presence of iron, aluminium, manganese sulfate, etc. That means because of the presence of metallic salts, it is possible that the taste of water can be changed. Although it remains transparent in color, it is possible that a taste can be changed. Let's move on to the next one, which is chemical properties. Okay? Or biological properties. Let's take a look at it. Here, biological impurities mainly involves, if you take a look at this, then algae, pathogenic bacteria, fungi, viruses, pathogens, certain worms, etc. are referred as biological impurities. The source of this particular contamination can be the discharge of domestic and sewage waste, excreta of animals, of human beings, etc. This actually creates a change in the property of drinking water or even usable water. Now, chemical impurities are the impurities which can be included or generally present due to wastewater, due to the excretion from the industrial waste. Let's take a look at the particular subject or particular hardness of the water here. That what is the meaning of hardness in water or hardness of water? Here we have to understand that the water which does not produce leather with the soap is called hard water. So we have two types of water. Number one is hard water and number two is soft water. Which are the two types? Hard water, soft water. So the water which does not produce leather with the soap is referred as hard water. Similar way here, so the hardness in water is the characteristic which is prevents the lathering of the soap. Okay. Now we have seen that what is the hard water. Now let's take a look at what is soft water. So the water which produce leather easily on shaking with the soap solution is referred as soft water. We will see this in detail that when certain ions are present in a very high amount, it is referred as hard water or hardness. Certain ions which are present in less amount, this is referred as soft water, okay, or softness in the water. Here, as you can see in the image, the hardness of the water is caused by the presence of dissolved salts such as bicarbonates, sulfates, chlorides and nitrates of divalent metal ions like calcium and magnesium. Similar way, soap is a sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acids like stearic acid. When such kind of soap is mixed with soft water, leather is produced due to stearic acid and sodium stearate, and it doesn't contain interfering ions like calcium and magnesium. Here, let's take a look at this. Now, in the image, as you can see, in the first reaction, I have shown you C17H35COONA, which is sodium stearate. When it combines with normal water, it produces stearic acid, okay, and NaOH. Now, this particular combination, which is C17H35COONA, which is known as sodium stearate, again combines with stearic acid and forms leather. Okay, but here, if this happens when we have soft water. But if we have hard water, then the reaction changes. How? Observe it in the particular reaction. When sodium stearate, which is soluble in nature, combines with hard water, as you can see in the second image, that contains calcium, Ca plus 2, which is again soluble. So both of them combines together. Now Na will be replaced by Ca. So here as you can see, a complex formation occurs which is insoluble in nature, and sodium will be liberated in the water. So this particular insoluble complex forms scale, sludge, and it prevents formation of the lather. Okay? In this manner, hardness creates the problem. Now, let's take a look at the types of hardnesses. We have two different types of hardnesses present. Number one, temporary hardness, and number two, permanent hardness. Temporary hardness is just for some time, while permanent hardness remains for longer periods. Okay? Here we have to understand that temporary hardness is also known as carbonate hardness. This is all for this session. Next, we will see in our next session. Thank you so much, everyone.